Struggled at Christmas. Parents who want to adopt in England will be allowed to play a greater role in selecting a child under new plans aimed at speeding up the adoption process in England. The changes would let approved would-be parents see the register of children waiting to be adopted. And as Richard Lister reports, it's hoped that changes will reduce the number of children in care.
More than 25,000 families inquired about adoption in England last year, but just 4,000 saw the process through. The government admits there's a problem and says its new plan will help.
It will give confidence to anyone who wants to come forward to adopt, is thinking about adopting, that we're on their side. We want to help them go through that process, and if it's right for them and it's right for the child, that match is made as soon as possible so that child can get that permanent family, that stable, loving home.
Ministers want to give new rights to potential adoptive parents, including access to the nationwide register of children to give families more say in the selection process. They'd be allowed more time off work to meet their future son or daughter, and more paid leave and free childcare entitlements to match those of biological parents.
You can be the shopkeeper.
OK.
Francesca Polini adopted Gaia and Luca in Mexico after being told there were no suitable children in her area. She welcomes the new help on offer, but says the bigger problem is being allowed to adopt in the first place.
There's almost some sort of hostility towards adoptive parents at the moment. When you enter the process, it seems as though they start looking for what's wrong with you rather than what's right with you. The whole care system is in complete crisis, and by trying to address one little problem here or big problem here or there, we're actually not addressing the bigger problem, which is the one of the system actually needing a complete review.
But local councils say they accept adoptive parents at twice the rate of other agencies, and they warn that finding the right families for children in care is never going to be a speedy process.
What we do need to make sure is that if you're taking on responsibility for a child who may have suffered serious sexual or physical abuse, neglect, or have really significant health needs, that you're ready for that challenge. And what we want to make sure is that every parent who comes forward willing to adopt goes through that system with their eyes open so that children find loving, stable and long-term homes to go to.
Families hoping to adopt won't benefit from these proposals for a while. The government says some measures will require legislation and may not come into force until 2015. Richard Lister, BBC News.
The Queen has praised the UK